So I've been mulling for a little while about videos that I can do coming up. I've tried to sort of put a... It's funny because sometimes when I produce videos, I look at the video and go, that's a good video. Other times I look at them and I'm sort of thinking, well, that's an important video, but I don't think people are going to like it. And there's a mixture of different things within there. So I've sort of, you know, there's some very... some videos that I think should have got more attention that haven't, and others, and so on. So anyway, what I'm proposing to you here is let's do a Q&A session. If you think that's a good idea, like this video, because then that will come up the agenda a lot quicker. If I don't get many likes for this suggestion, then maybe it'll sit in the back. But the reason for it is, you know, I've got terabytes of data, I've got immense amounts of experience, and I'm still sat here doing it, which is a unique thing. And it would be great if I know the sort of stuff that you're interested in getting answered. I say that, but what I'm not going to do is if somebody says, you know, how can I make 100 quid tomorrow? You know, that's not going to get answered because that's the wrong question. But also, you know, which button do I press to make 50 grand next year is also the wrong question. So I'm looking for something a little bit deeper than that. I'm looking for people to say, what's your opinion on that? What's your experience of this? What's your view on that? And you know, what would you suggest is the best way of me doing this? Or, you know, here's a problem that I have and I'm trying to understand what I need to do to overcome it. Over the 20 years I've been in the market, I've been from, you know, the bottom level all the way up to the top level. I've experienced all types of markets, the way they've shifted and changed. I know a lot about individual strategies, about individual markets, but I also know about the structure of the markets, the participants, the way the markets work and stuff like that. So there's a really broad spectrum of stuff that I could talk about. However, if I sat down and started recording that, it would take me years. So I think that the best way of achieving it is to do a Q&A of some sort. And the way I suggest you do it, like this video if you think a Q&A is a good idea, because that will give me a big thumbs up and tell me that it's definitely something that I should do. But also, you know, leave a question below. But when you go to leave a question below, read some of the other comments. And if you like the questions that other people have asked, then give those a thumbs up as well, because that will allow me to gauge what sort of questions people really want answering. When I sit down to do a video, I've got lots of knowledge. I give you the knowledge that I think is appropriate at that particular moment's time, or what pops into my head, or something that resonates with me that week. But it's difficult for me to know if that sort of hits the mark. Sometimes, you know, I get the feeling that some of the videos don't hit the mark, and sometimes I feel they go over people's heads. And sometimes, you know, I feel I'm running ahead of my thought processes, ahead of what people are expecting, and sometimes hit it right on the head. And it's funny sometimes how you accidentally create videos that hit things on the head and they only took 5 minutes, and the one that you took an hour doing completely missed the point altogether. So yeah, I'd be interested in what your views are, what sort of things you're interested in learning about. Like this video if you want me to do a Q&A, but also leave a comment below that will allow me to gauge the sort of questions that people want answered. Can't promise to answer all of them in one go, but I will look at them, and if this is a popular idea, then I'll do some slightly longer videos, not too long, addressing each of those individual points and discussing some of the detail around it. So anyhow, like, comment, let me know the sort of stuff that you're interested in hearing about.